Hi Cancer, welcome to your full moon in Pisces reading for August 31st, 2023. It's our second full moon of the month. They call that a blue moon or a super moon. I call it a super blue moon. And in the sign of Pisces. So that's going to make things kind of emotional, I think. Um, I'm sort of trying something different here. I kind of want to give a theme to the reading, a direction, if you will. And we have the loving woman. Because they're general readings, I mean, it can kind of go everywhere, anywhere, for anybody. And that's by design. I don't want to exclude anybody, but I think you can always take information from these cards um, and use the wisdom in your own particular situation. But let's say then, for all intents and purposes, the loving woman is kind of the theme for the next 2 weeks. Now, this can be you or this can be a female around you. That dog really kind of stands out to me. And so it can be somebody who is a dog lover, who has a dog. Maybe a female dog is important to you, or the family or something like that. But the loving woman is kind of your theme. It's also the number 6, so the number 6 for me is about balance. So there may be some balance necessary. And as I say that, very interesting, your personal theme and your theme for how you're going to kind of deal with it is the Justice card. And that is balance. And so I'll read you the card. It says, ask again is your answer. And then you have justice, the law, karma, equality, decision. Very much a karmic card for me. This, what you give out is what you receive with the karma card. So if you want respect, you must give respect. That kind of energy. It is about finding balance. For me, it has a lot to do with keeping a light heart, because we are weighing our situation. In the, I believe it is the Egyptian Book of the Dead, you come to a point where you have to weigh your heart against the feather. And if your heart is as light as a feather, you get to move on. And if not, you're thrown back into, into this crazy world, and you have to do it all over again. So you have to learn that lesson. So it's about kind of moving through situations with a lighter heart. And this may have something to do with a very loving woman in your situation, or you could be that loving woman. So let's have a look. All right, we're looking at the Hierophant here. These are large organizations, schools, hospitals, the government, religion, tradition. This is my Taurus card. So this can be very traditional values. This is asking permission. It's filling out forms. It's standing in line. It's the DMV. It could be marriage. So the loving woman, right? It can be marriage. You might be asking somebody to marry you. You might be going to the justice to get married instead of a wedding, instead of a church wedding or something like that. Maybe it's, it can be. The Hierophant can be weddings, because it's a very traditional card, right? Very traditional values. But it is this card of asking permission. And probably, for me, it's my no card. Now, I'm not saying that you'll get a no answer, but there's only partial information available to you. You have to go through this sort of ritual. You have to go through this kind of schooling or indoctrination or something to get all the information. You may only get partial information. It is my no card. Now I have a King of Wands here. So this is my Aries card. This may be somebody that you're dealing with in a large organization. They are an authority figure as well, or they can be, or they think they are, put it that way. It's a very pioneering energy. It's a very fiery energy. They can sort of speak or act before they think about it, right? They're quick to move or to speak, and then later can regret it or have to backtrack, something like that. But it's pioneering, and it's forward movement. It's very active energy. It's Aries, right? This can be the military, although I would get a King of Swords otherwise, but I'm just looking at that Hierophant there. So I do think it can be somebody in a position of authority that we're dealing with. We'll get more on that in a minute. This could be schools as well. Okay, you're behaving like a King of Cups. This is my Cancer card, so you're in your own energy these next 2 weeks, which is really nice. And because it's a moon in Pisces, it's a watery energy. You are the calm in the storm with this card. He is the master of his emotions. He's the master of his passions, or working very hard to do that in this lifetime. Cancers are highly intelligent. I don't have to tell you this. They are a cardinal sign. They expect the very best out of themselves and others around them. I've yet to see this loving woman, though. Let's see if she shows up. Oh, there's the Pisces card. So this can be a very loving woman. They may be young. They may be a bit naive. So this could be your energy because it's water. And it's in how you behave. So I find this quite interesting because this is quite a mature individual and this is not. They're both very intuitive, very psychic cards. I want to pull one more because that's a very strange. This could be a child. And just because this is a male figure doesn't mean that it is a male. It can be a female that takes on a very mature energy of the Cancer. This is moving on, moving away from something that once brought you pleasure, but we're moving towards something bigger. So it's kind of like, let's say you get a job in another state and you have to leave your beloved state that you were in for so long, that held so much promise and so much fun and so many good friends, but you have to move now. And it's in order to bring about something better, that Eight of Cups, because there's a lot of energy behind it with the number 8. But it still doesn't mean that it's not emotional for you. And that can be the Page of Cups here, right? This is a very emotional energy. Very emotional. 8 puts a lot of power and energy behind whatever it's depicting, and in this case, it's emotion. And you have 2 very emotional cards here. And let's face it, Cancer, you are someone who is quite emotional. You can be stoic about it. And that's the thing, like this King of Cups is an emotional person, but they're stoic. Whereas the Page of Cups is not afraid to show their emotion, and they're quite open about it. They really wear their heart on their sleeve. But this can be the female, this can be the loving female that maybe you have to leave behind in order to do something. And I mean, maybe it's not even a permanent thing. It can just be I have to go away for a week or the 2 weeks or a month or, half a year or something like that. Okay? The Magician. That's nice. Okay. This is mastery, so maybe we have to leave something behind so that we can master another skill. This is our concept and our vision, and all the decisions that we make should be checked against our vision, right? The ideal, what it is we wanted all along. And that really helps to make decisions as well. Does it fit with the model? Does it fit with my concept? It is definitely skill and mastery, though. You have 2 cardinal signs here. So they expect the best, absolutely. And they usually get it. And with that 6 of Wands, that's fantastic. This is a victory of some sort within group situations, usually, which makes sense with the Hierophant, right? Maybe you're a teacher. That's possible. Um, Whatever is being given, though, it's really being given from a loving heart, a giving one. And even if you're a male, right, it's the receptive side of you. So the Six of Wands is taking a victory lap. The Six of Wands is triumph. And within group situations, we have more to go. It's not fully complete yet because we're at the level of 6 and we have to go to 10. But you can take a victory lap with the idea of knowing that there's more to go. And we're not quite finished yet, but we've reached sort of milestone or a pinnacle of the situation at this moment. There's more to go. 6 brings in balance, so whatever was out of balance, we could have brought back into balance, and that feels a bit like a victory. All right, let's have a look here. Okay, so we're looking at females. So here's the loving woman, right? This is Venus. It doesn't get any more loving than that. So interesting because September 3rd is when Venus goes direct and things start to move forward again where all things Venus are concerned. This is our creativity. If this is marriage, there could be pregnancy with that. We could be giving birth because this can also be hospitals, right? Organizations. Maybe these are parents and we're sending somebody off to school, the young one, right? And it doesn't have to be college. It could be just like the first day of preschool, that kind of information, or that kind of scenario, rather. But this is very creative, fertile energy. It's abundance. It's nature itself. But I feel like it's the loving female here, especially because this is a man-made energy, right? This is not natural. This is natural. This is nature. These are laws and organizations that humans set up. So for me, they're very contradictory energies. And again, 5, right? The Hierophant is 5. 5 pushes us to find balance, but it is instability. We don't have all the answers. We don't have everything we need to make something stable. And so we have to ask permission. We have to get permits. We have to fill out forms, jump through hoops, that kind of thing with the Hierophant card. 2 of Wands. Decisions. 2 is always about making a decision, this or that. But this needs to be made with an even disposition with the 2 of Wands, because those are passions, right? You may give up one situation for something else, or you can solidify one passion for another, one project for another. Maybe one is already nicely established and we want to add something to that. We're looking out into the larger world here with that 2 of Wands. And therefore we leave what's comfortable. We leave what is good and comfortable and head out to a new situation or add something to that. But it does feel like, again, moving on with that 8 of Cups. Well, we can be making plans with this card, plotting and planning. We're at the early stage of something here. Somebody may be planning for pregnancy. You might be like IVF, or going to the hospitals and to clinics and that sort of thing to to become pregnant. That's possible. Okay, so the Page of Swords here. This is clearing things up. This is clearing the questions in our mind. This is my Taurus card. You do have a lot of court cards, quite a few. So there can be a lot of people around you, and that loving woman, which is the mother card here. So it can be your mother, your mom, but an important female, a grandmother, an important female in your life. The Page of Swords, though, is clearing up any kind of questions that we have, doing some detective work, understanding the situation and finding out information so that we can understand it better. The dog really came out to me here with this card, and that can be a couple of things. It can be an actual pet that's important to you, or you're going to get a new pet, but it can also be loyalty. And there feels like there's some loyalty to a person or to a situation here. And that might make this a little bit more difficult, right? This kind of moving on or moving away. And again, it doesn't have to be forever with that Eight of Cups. It can just be a temporary leave, but it does sort of leave us with a bit of a heavy heart. And still, we're victorious, right? We're mastering a skill, we're figuring it all out, and we're victorious. And that's fantastic. What you think about, you bring about, so keep your intentions pure. I want to say you probably will with that King of Cups, because again, their focus is perfection, really. What does Spirit want you to know? You have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is unstoppable. It's also unpredictable. So, how are you behaving again? The Justice card. Okay. Finding that balance, indeed. The Knight of Swords is like my knight in shining armor that comes in to save the day. Something comes in quickly. You might need to act quickly, and that kind of goes along with this Page of Swords as well. There's quick action necessary, quick thinking. It's a little bit of an aggressive card. It's kind of like when you have all that energy and you're just doing everything as quick as you possibly can. Whether it's wrong or right, you're just doing it quickly. There's a sort of a nervous energy behind it. That's what I want to say. But it is something that comes in to save the day, but it can also leave just as quickly. It's something that comes in quickly and leaves just as quick. Whether it's a person, a scenario, a situation, a thought, a decision, that kind of thing. But it is my knight in shining armor that comes in to save the day. So there can be something that comes in rather quickly that you need to address. The idea here is for you, though, to bring it all into balance, right? To deal with everything from a balanced disposition. And again, sort of weighing out our options here. What plan should I make? Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I go this way? Should I go that way? And it's almost like, let me look out into the outer world and see how someone else has done it. Or asking other people, perhaps a loving female, what do you think? Kind of energy. There can be unexpected pregnancy for some. That's possible here. But it feels very creative. Very creative. All right. And again, one of the things we're dealing with here are large organizations. For some reason, I want to get another card for that. So I'm going to. Yeah, nice. I'm glad I did. This is a wish come true. Nice. Well, enjoy. Thanks for listening, Cancer. I will return in 2 weeks with a new moon reading. I appreciate you listening, and take good care. Talk to you in a few. Bye.